Welcome to this painting tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how I painted this Crimson Slaughter Chaos Space Marine. In my opinion, this color scheme is very effective and very simple. If you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel to see more. And I shall start. This time I'm going to use an Army Painter primer, which is the Dragon Red. This will save us a lot of time when base coating the model.
And if you don't have it, you can use Mephiston Red instead.
And as a tip, I'm using slow dry to thin down all of my metallic paints. You can find Liquitex slow dry on any art store, and it helps a lot keeping the metallic paints fluid and very easy to control. What I'm doing here, I'm painting the metallic silver parts with Leadbelcher. This is just the weapons and the little details on the armor, like respirators, some tubes and stuff like that. Next, I'm going to use Vallejo model color black. This is a very nice color for me. This color, I'm going to use it to paint the cases of the weapons, which is the chainsword and the bolt pistol. All of the base coat colors and layer colors on this video are thinned down 1:1 with water. Next, I'm going to use Brass Scorpion, and as well is thinned down with Liquitex slow dry. With this color we're going to paint all of the brass details on the model. I'm using a monster brush from Army Painter. This one is not very good for detail work, but it's decent for painting this areas like this. You may have a little bit of trouble controlling it, but you can clean it up. And the Dragon Red is very similar to Mephiston Red, so if you mess up, you can clean up with that. Next, I'm going to use Rakkarth Flesh, and with this I'm going to base coat the horns. Next, I'm going to use Steggadon Scale Green, and with this color you can paint the rest of the details that the model has. Next, I'm going to use Agrax Earthshade on the whole model. This shade is good for the red, the brass and the horns and pretty much everything, so I'm just using this one shade to shade in the whole model. Just mop it in to the whole model and let it sit on the recesses. Try not to leave any pools, because that's gonna be very bad. Once it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and use Mephiston Red again. And with this color I'm going to just clean up the red parts. Just leave the shade on the recesses, like outlining the red parts, and the rest try to clean up with this color again. Next, I'm going to use Evil Sunz Scarlet, and this is going to be an edge highlight, and for that I'm still using the drying retarder slow dry from Liquitex, and I'm using a detail brush, fine detail brush, and I'm just coloring in all of the edges of the model. The slow dry will help keep the paint wet and workable for longer in the tip of your brush instead of just drying out. Because when you're doing this edge highlight work, the paint tends to slow on the tip, and when you're using this slow dry, you really ease up the work for yourself. Next, with Wild Rider Red, I'm going to give a second edge highlight, and this is going to be a finer highlight on most of the places where you can see an edge on the armor. And in some places you can just paint the sharpest edge, or you can paint paint the whole thing again, but with one finer edge highlight. Now that that's done, I'm going to do the same thing for the black. With Eshin Gray, I'm going to edge highlight all of the black. When I'm doing for my army, my Crimson Slaughter, I don't usually edge highlight the black, I just leave it as is. But because this is a tutorial, I'm just showing that you can do that to make it look even better. Next, with Dawnstone, is the same as the previous edge highlight. I'm just going to make a finer edge highlight on the black. Or you can just use it on the sharpest edges. It works as well. Next, with Ironbreaker, and this time I'm using my size 2 Kolinsky brush. I'm just highlighting the metallic silver parts. Next, with Sycorax bronze, thin down, of course, with the Liquitex slow dry, I'm going to highlight all of the brass areas. This color is it's a very beautiful color in my opinion. If you have it, you can see it. It's really shiny, really nice. And just use it on the places that are most exposed to light. Next, with Steggadon Scale Green, I'm going to base coat the lenses of the helmet or the eyes. And with Sotek Green, I'm going to color in the half front of the lens. Also, I'm going to use this color to dry brush the hairs on the back of the chainsword. And with Templeguard Blue, I'm going to color in just the very front tip of the lens of the helmet. Next, with Palid Witch Flesh, I'm going to dry brush the bone. Make sure the brush is completely dry and have very minimal amount of paint, just to dry brush the horns and pick up the raised areas, leaving this effect on the horns that you can see. And next, I'm going to do the same thing with White Scar, but this color I'm just going to use it on the very top tip of the horns. And that's pretty much it. I made this video because people asked for it on my Facebook page, so maybe you can participate and vote for what you would like to see next if you visit my Facebook page. And I'll leave a couple of links on the description for my Lord and Juggernaut and Defiler showcases, so that you can see this color scheme applied to different miniatures, because I started a little force of Crimson Slaughter that I really like. Overall, this miniature, it's very simple and very effective in my opinion. It's very cool looking, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below and leave suggestions to what you would like to see next. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.